Kosuke-kun! You two know each other?
Head nurse, she's, my childhood friend. Hey, how about lunch sometime? My treat.
Yeah!
That guy!
Alright, starting next month, if you're ever in trouble, speak up right away. And don't push yourself too hard, okay? Just do your best at your own pace.
Thank you, Head Nurse Sakuda. I really appreciate all the time you've given me. My name is Kosuke Fujita, 28 years old. I work as a nurse at Sakato City Hospital. What I just received from Head Nurse Sakuda was the checklist used by mentors. At this hospital, each new nurse is paired with a senior mentor for 6 months. Am I really gonna be okay? It's my first time doing this, and at this age, I'm even more nervous. Normally, nurses start mentoring around 26, but I turned it down before due to personal reasons. So this is my first time as a mentor, and honestly, I'm filled with anxiety.
Yo, why the long face? Something up?
Oh, Hayato. I mean, Supervisor Omori.
Haha, just call me Hayato. We're old college buddies, no need to be formal.
That's Hayato Omori, a close friend from college and one of my fellow trainees. He was just promoted to unit supervisor, and he's one of the nurses I really respect.
You'll be fine, Kosuke. Just be your usual self and the new nurses will trust you in no time.
Yeah, I hope you're right. Then came April. Today's the day the new nurses start working in the ward after finishing orientation.
Good morning.
Good morning. Wait, Hina?
Kosuke-kun! You two know each other?
Head nurse, she's, my childhood friend. Her name is Hina Kawauchi. She's 6 years younger than me, and we grew up together. I heard she became a nurse, but I never imagined she'd start working here.
Surprised? I wanted to catch you off guard, so I kept it secret the whole time.
The unexpected reunion brought smiles to both her faces, but then...
What the hell is this guy? Why is he all buddy-buddy with my Hina-chan?
I didn't even notice the glare coming from rookie nurse Ryu Sakai.
Alright, I'll have Fujita be Kawauchi's mentor. Fujita-senpai, I look forward to your guidance.
Yeah, same here. Watching my childhood friend trying her best to act professional, I remember something from 6 years ago.
I like you, Kosuke-kun.
The day she confessed, she was still in high school, and I was in my first year working, so... Thank you, but maybe, when you're out in the world and become a lovely adult. That's what I said. I turned her down. Hina's already a working adult now.
This is Omori, our newly appointed supervisor starting this year.
Nice to meet you. I'm Hayato Omori. I've been with this ward since I joined the hospital.
And so began my days as a mentor. Alright, let's review everything you've studied so far with the roleplay. I've got an IV in my left arm, and I'm wearing a hospital gown. Let's see how you'd help me change.
Yes, understood. Since the IV's in the left arm, I should stand on the right. Then I need to turn the body this way.
She's clearly trying to remember step by step. Silently, Hina begins helping me change.
All done? How was that?
Let's see. First of all, right now I'm not actually hooked up to an IV, but we're assuming there is one in my left arm. In that case, the basic approach is to stand on the left where the IV is for the gown change, right?
Sorry.
And about your communication, you move the patient without saying a word. What if something happened? No matter their condition, patients are still people. You'd be scared too if someone suddenly touched you without saying anything, right? Can you explain why you're supposed to stand on the side with the IV, Kawauchi-san? Also, the what if I mentioned. Do you understand what that could mean? If so, you'd realize how risky your approach was. We're responsible for people's lives. Think it over again carefully.
Yes, I understand.
Even as she sniffles, Hina moves on to the next roleplay. After a heavy session, I told her to go take her lunch break.
Hina-chan, what's wrong? You okay? Don't tell me. Did Fujita-senpai scold you?
During lunch, while Hina quietly studies, Sakai starts chatting her up.
So, you guys are childhood friends, right? Honestly, his teaching sucks. I'd definitely be better. I mean, I graduated from Kotesa Private University. I could totally help you practice. I'm top of my class, you know. Honestly, I'm way too good for this hospital. My dad forced me into it. By the way, my dad's the director of Sakai Clinic. He insisted I go get experience elsewhere.
Is that so?
I'm totally gonna become someone famous one day. Like premium boyfriend material, right? You're super cute, Hina-chan. I think we'd be a great match. Bet you were super popular in school, too. So hey, how about it? Maybe soon?
No thanks. And for the record, these cheers have nothing to do with Kosuke-kun. I mean Fujita-senpai. I'm just frustrated that I couldn't apply what I learned in school here in the real world. That's all.
Really? I mean, hey, it's her first day on the ward, right? Don't sweat it.
I've done this many times already in school and during clinicals, so no, I can't brush it off.
Geez, you're kinda cold, but I guess that's part of your charm too.
Hina looked a little annoyed from having her break interrupted, but once the break was over, she came straight to me.
Fujita-senpai, I'm sorry to bother you while you're busy, but could I ask you to do the roleplay one more time? I apologize again for causing trouble earlier due to my lack of knowledge.
No, it's totally fine. Honestly, I went a bit too hard on you. Sorry about that. This is actually my first time being a mentor, though that's just an excuse. Really, I'm sorry.
No! Please train me strictly from now on. I'm counting on you.
Alright then, let's go back to something even more basic than the last case. This time the patient is 80 years old and unable to turn their body on their own. Let's assume they don't have paralysis and can communicate normally.
Yes. Alright, Fujita-san. I'll be turning your body now. First, I'll raise the bed.
Hina raises the bed, carefully explaining everything as she goes, treating the patient with care. Maybe she felt more confident now. I felt safe in trusting myself to her even in this pretend scenario.
That concludes the roleplay. How did I do?
Let's see. Mind if I ask you two things? Why do we do repositioning? And why did you raise the bed?
Yes. For patients who can't move on their own, pressure builds on the same area over time, which can cause bed sores.
Bed sores happen when prolonged pressure cuts off circulation in that area, leading to tissue damage.
We raise the bed for our benefit to reduce strain on the nurse's lower back. And I believe it's important to always return the bed to its original height afterward.
Yeah, that was good. I think you got the basics of repositioning down, so that's a pass. The rest is applying it in different situations.
Thank you so much!
As I filled out the checklist, I realized the mood was much warmer than before. Yeah, this kind of dynamic with Hina just feels right. Hey, how about lunch sometime? My treat.
Yeah!
As Hina's smile deepened, I felt genuinely glad I ended up being her mentor.
That guy! Getting all full of himself!
Sakai, passing by, glared at us like we were the most irritating thing he'd seen. A few days later, Hina had the day off, so I was assigned as a mentor to a different rookie. Looks like I'm paired with Sakai today. This is gonna be a rough one. I'd already heard about him from his actual mentor, Sasaki-san. Mouthy and arrogant, apparently. From what I've seen of him at work, I wasn't surprised. But would he even listen to me? Just then, I heard footsteps and a sigh from behind. Good morning, Sakai-kun. Let's do our best today. This again. He clearly sees me as some kind of enemy, and always acts like this around me. Today I'll be checking on your progress as your mentor.
Yeah, whatever. I'm already perfect, so I don't really need mentoring anyway.
Alright then, let's start with bed making. It's one of the basics, and Sakai's only cleared 3 of them, lower than the other rookies. I want to get him to pass at least 2 more today, somehow.
Ugh, I'm good with this kind of stuff. Why don't we skip to more advanced skills like IVs or blood draws? Sasaki-senpai keeps shutting me down, but come on. Stuff like bed making is for nursing age, right? I don't need to do that, do I?
If you've got so much to say, then let's see it. Honestly, I think bed making is pretty tough.
Lame.
Even as he mouths off, Sakai starts moving his hands, but just like I expected, his technique and sheet work were a mess. You call that acceptable?
No, I just wasn't feeling it today, that's all.
Sakai, that kind of excuse doesn't fly in healthcare. You need to quit treating this like a joke.
I'm not treating it like a joke. I mean, Sasaki-senpai and you just don't want to acknowledge my skills, right? You're just bitter that I'm better, jealous that I graduated top of an elite university, huh? Whatever, say what you want. I'm gonna be remembered as a top-tier nurse in this place, you'll see.
After all that, Sakai just walked off for lunch without even asking. At this rate, it's hopeless. I need to do something. One day, I was reviewing Hina's checklist progress when...
Fujita-senpai, you need to cut it out already. Using your childhood friend status to sneak alone time with Hina-chan? That's just wrong.
Sakai, you could at least knock. What you just did was incredibly unprofessional.
Huh? You're the unprofessional one, Fujita-senpai. You're abusing your authority, plain and simple. No wonder you lost out on the supervisor position to Omori-senpai.
I was about to finally tell him off when...
Sakai-san, you really don't listen to people, do you?
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Remember our first day here? Supervisor Omori explained it back then.
That day, when head nurse Okuda handed it off to Hayato, he said,
The nurses here are all capable and reliable, so don't hesitate to lean on them. Especially Fujita, he was actually offered the supervisor role before me. He's my pride as a colleague.
Hey, why do you have to say that out loud? All the rookie nurses turned to look at me. It was mortifying.
Damn it, I finally ended up in the same ward as Hina-chan, and she's his childhood friend? And on top of that, he's her mentor? Are you kidding me?
Sakai was clearly too busy sulking to hear a single word Hayato had said.
No way, that's not...
Sakai, your voice is too loud. You're disturbing the patients. Learn to control your volume.
Supervisor Omori?
Kosuke's working to become a certified nurse specialist. That's why he turned down the supervisor role.
Certified nurse specialists are nurses with advanced knowledge and skills in specific fields. I'm aiming to become certified in palliative care, and I study every day toward that goal.
Certified nurse? Fujita-senpai is?
Yeah, it's my dream. That's why I turned down the supervisor offer. If I took on extra duties, I'd have fewer chances to study beside my patients.
So what you've been saying is way off base. Besides, Kosuke graduated top of his class from your precious Koteisa University.
What?
Hayato, if you're gonna say that, you should know that Kawauchi and Sasaki both graduated from Lovekoi University. Lovekoi University is the most prestigious and competitive national university in the surrounding 3 prefectures.
No way! I bragged about graduating from Koteisa University. This is beyond embarrassing.
Well, no matter how great your academic background is, it doesn't matter when it comes to being a nurse. What you really need as a nurse is a heart that cares for the patients. It doesn't matter what school you went to. If you don't have that, you can't do this job.
That said, Sakai, you're gonna need to show a little more awareness as a nurse from now on. Your school doesn't matter. What does matter is that you do your job as a rookie nurse. And today, just for you, I'll be giving you a very intense special training session. Better be ready.
Eek.
And so Sakai was whisked away by a fired up Hayato, vanishing somewhere out of sight. A few days later, after our shifts ended, Hina and I were walking home together when...
Hina-chan, Fujita-senpai, I'll walk home with you guys too.
Huh? Yeah, no thanks.
Well then, see you tomorrow. Sakai tried to butt in, but we ignored him and kept walking.
I came here today planning to ask Hina-chan out to dinner.
I have to decline.
Tell me why I'm not good enough. I'll admit Fujita-senpai's more capable than me. But I'm way more handsome and rich too. Clearly a total catch. The moment I saw Hina-chan, I was taken in by her beauty and kindness. I fell in love with her, so why not me?
Can you please knock it off already? So, Sakai-san, you've liked me since middle school, is that correct?
Middle school?
Do you know a girl named Shimizu Hina? Round glasses, bob haircut, student council president.
Wait, hold on. Don't tell me. Hina-chan is that nerdy Shimizu?
So you really didn't notice, even though you made fun of me so much back then.
That's right, Hina used to be what you'd call a plain serious uncool girl who didn't care about fashion.
Nerdy serious chicks are so gross. Who needs to study anyway?
Back then, Hina was raised by a single mother in a poor household, and she worked hard to become a nurse to support her mom. And the one who laughed at those efforts was Sakai.
You just said you fell for who I am on the inside, but I haven't changed since then. Well, it seems like your habit of judging people by appearance hasn't changed either, Sakai-kun. After my mom remarried in high school, I took my stepfather's surname and started paying a little more attention to fashion. But if you really loved who I am, inside and out, you wouldn't have said what you did, then or now. I'm not interested in men who choose based on looks and are overly full of themselves.
Overly full of myself.
Please don't talk to me outside of work anymore.
And just like that, Sakai got rejected and seemed to lose all the confidence he had.
Let's leave this guy behind and go, Kosuke-kun.
Yeah, sounds good. But wait a second. I stopped to say something to Sakai, excusing myself from Hina for a moment. Sakai, I've already reported your behavior to management. Instead of bragging, maybe show some effort and try to actually improve your work attitude?
Eek, I'm sorry.
After that, Sakai started acting defiantly toward his superiors. His tardiness and early departures increased, and he was repeatedly warned.
Sakai-kun, I told you not to act rudely towards the patients.
I'm the one taking care of them. That whiny jerk.
Hey, what do you think you're saying?
But he showed no signs of changing, and finally, Sakai became the first nurse ever fired from Sakato Municipal Hospital. Word of Sakai's behavior spread fast, and due to his well-known attitude, every nearby hospital refused to hire him.
A nurse like you, so full of yourself and lacking compassion, has no place in my clinic either.
Unable to find another nursing job, he begged his father for help, but even his father gave up on him.
How did it come to this? I have no friends, no mentors. I'm done for.
He also had a reputation for blowing money, and apparently had almost no savings. Now he lives alone in a tiny 50-year-old apartment surrounded by regret.
Hey, Kosuke-kun, do you remember what I said to you here 6 years ago?
That day, I had come to this park again, together with Hina.
I may not be the amazing adult I hope to be yet, but still, I want to say it. I've always loved you.
Is that so? I'm glad. I've always loved you too, Hina.
What?
She was clearly stunned by my sudden confession. I couldn't help but chuckle. Back then, I thought the age gap might make her feelings just a phase, so I couldn't accept them. But I've always liked Hina, quiet, hardworking, and strong-willed. Then we met again at the hospital, and seeing how earnestly she worked, I fell for her all over again. Hina, you've truly become a wonderful adult. Thank you for loving me all this time. Your skills and your heart, those aren't defined by your background, education, or looks. What matters most is having a genuine heart that cares for others and your work. Kawauchi Hina, will you go out with me?
Yes! I'd be happy to!
For the girl who held on to her feelings all this time, I'll give her a love that never changes. To support each other in both work and life, that kind of happiness can't be beat.
Aw, what a cute episode. Brittany here. Thank you so much for watching again. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!